Carrie were a metal band from Münster, West Germany. They were founded by two former members of Mad Max, drummer Uwe and guitarist Wilfried, who had left Mad Max in 1984 after the second studio album Rollin' Thunder. 1985, bass player Jürgen, who had also been in Mad Max, second guitarist Oliver and keyboard player Steffi joined. Motivated by the recent success of Lee Aaron and Warlock, Carrie were looking for a female singer, which was still quite rare at the time for metal bands. Finally, they found Annelien to complete the lineup. Carrie started looking for a record deal, and Uwe the drummer managed to contact Axel Tubouville, label boss of Earthshaker Records, who promptly signed them. Earthshaker had put out LPs by Steeler and Living Death, among others. Axel sent them to the studio with producer Ralf Hubert of Mekong Delta fame to record their debut album Secrets in the beginning of 1986. Promoting the album, a song entitled The Assassin was released on a compilation called Metallic Bunnies. That LP included several hopeful German bands like Holy Moses, Fact and Adlane. Carrie's song was the opener on the A-side. With two other bands from the Bunnies compilation, Adlane and Fact, Carrie played an album release gig at Bochum, which remained their only ever live show. The advertising campaign by Earthshaker was a bit weird, creating the impression Carrie were an American-sounding band with the tagline, "Come and break the secrets of the American feeling," whatever that is. Anyhow, Carrie's first LP was basically a good job, except for the cover. The artwork was designed by the same guy again who had created the hilarious Bunnies compilation pic. Nobody ever found out what it is about, something symbolic with a crystal ball, past and future objects, as Steffi explained vaguely in an interview with Rock Hard magazine. Secrets is a seriously heavy album, apart from the examples I played, also with songs like Heroes Never Return and The Show Is Over. Only a few tunes like Gotta Sort Myself Out and We Rock the Nation remind you they have a keyboard player. The producer was a bassist and gave Carrie first of all a rhythm section with a real punch. Also the guitars sound powerful, but keyboards and especially the lead vocals get lost in the mix. Sometimes I can hardly understand a word of what Annelien is singing. My impression was shared by critics at the time. Here are some examples.
If it weren't for the strong female vocals on this record, Secrets would likely get hopelessly lost in the wave of new releases. However, due to the powerful vocals, the band seemed to have found their own style. With The Show Is Over and The Assassin, two headbangers blast from the speakers that make quite an impression. In my opinion, the vocals could have been mixed more prominently in the foreground.
Carrie will hardly have a chance among the massive German groups, yet surprisingly, the music actually represents something special. Melodic heavy metal, stylistically a mix of Pretty Maids, Europe and Warlock. Yes, Carrie also have a frontwoman with a powerful voice, based on musical skill and a good production. The band has a keyboard player who stays more in the background, and strong guitars whose musicality shines through in the good solos, especially.
In an interview with Horror Infernal magazine, Carrie claimed half-jokingly that they were now on their way to fame, glory and wealth, but their record company would have bad news for them. Earthshaker Records were getting into financial trouble and folded. The Carrie LP was actually their last output before they went out of business. So instead of going on tour supported by their record company, the band was put on hold. Keyboarder Steffi and drummer Uwe left. The band tried and recruited 2 new members, but having lost their record deal, that didn't last long and then they broke up. 5 years ago, in 2020, the album was reissued for the first time on CD by a Dutch label with only 500 copies, and they are still not sold out, which tells you Carrie are indeed a secret. You might find a copy of this then. Happy hunting and goodbye.